Hey you, how's it going? My name is Ruby Price, and on this day 8 years ago I had my gender reassignment surgery. Now this isn't news, I've made this video 7 times before, and if you're one of my longer term subscribers you're probably getting a bit annoyed that this is the only real time I turn my camera on for like the last 3 years. And to be honest, that's not about to change today either. Now, contrary to what you might think, I don't define myself by my genitals. But Ruby, you're literally recording a video today celebrating them. Yes, good point. But I'm not just celebrating that where there was once penis, there is now vulva. I'm celebrating freedom. I'm celebrating joy. I'm celebrating me. Growing up transgender in a northern working class town like Huddersfield, it's a bit like flying to space in a second-hand rocket that's made out of cardboard. You don't really know what you're doing, and neither do those who are supposed to be looking after you. Houston, we have a transgender. Outside of trans spaces, transitioning is painted as simply as walking into a clinic and walking out with hormones and a DIY gender surgery kit. Inside trans spaces, medically transitioning is a long, difficult process made only more difficult in recent times by reactive right-wing ideology. Sisyphus, he had it easy. He only had one objective and at least nobody had to tell him what a boulder actually was. I knew who I was, I knew what I wanted to do, but I did not have to go about doing it. And neither did my GP when I walked into that first appointment and told him I am not a boy. I was 17, still in 6th form, my entire life ahead of me, but if I didn't take action, it wasn't going to be my life. It would be the life of someone else, some stranger, occupying the space in which my body existed, but only having the right to do so because they just happened to be there first. I started down a journey that I knew would take years of commitment, but I knew that after going through one of the longest and most challenging periods of my life, things should only get better. When I woke up on that morning of the 27th of July, I'd almost run out of things to say. My life was about to change from what will to what is. It didn't take a neo-vulva to become a woman, I'd experienced that already, but the neo-vulva helped me to become wholly and unequivocally myself. I'd done it. The boulder was up the hill. Take that, Sisyphus.
A few years later.
Okay, where have they put that fucking boulder? You would have to have been living under a rock to not be aware of the current challenges faced by the trans community. A rollback of hard-fought freedoms and rights has been taking place. You don't need to be on Twitter to know that one of the richest people in the world has been bankrolling anti-trans propaganda that is having real-life consequences. The Authority on Equality in the United Kingdom is having meetings with anti-trans organisations that only exist to dehumanise trans people. And there is evidence to suggest that this country has genocidal intentions for trans people. The party that repealed Section 28 is introducing Section 28 Mark II for want of a better comparison. I have not given thought to using the toilets for over a decade, but since April this year, every time I leave the house I'm worried about the potential challenge that might arise. And I don't know what I'm gonna do if and when that challenge comes. I thought we were past this. I thought we were on the up. Everything had once seemed so positive, so momentous. And now even those once known as progressive have seemingly abandoned us in favour of populism. Keir Starmer, you paraded the grieving mother of Brianna Jaya around like a clutch you chose for a wedding, only to then throw it away in exchange for dog whistles and primary school biology. And for what? To appeal to a demographic that's not going to vote for you? What does this have to do with my vaginiversary, you might be asking? I'm not just saying these things because I'm angry at a political system that's in place, supposedly designed to make our lives better. I said earlier, this is about celebrating freedom, celebrating joy, and celebrating myself. How can I celebrate those things when the only reason I have those things is because I benefited from a circumstance that no longer exists? I could have my gender reassignment surgery at 21 because there weren't waiting lists of 5 years simply to have a first appointment. I could feel free to be myself because of the fact that I was in a position to be myself. Trans joy is not just gender euphoria. It's the freedom to be yourself, to carve out your own identity and tell the world this is me. In the face of suffering, in denial of identity, we are here, we exist, and we survive. I do not think that things are about to radically turn around. Unfortunately, the boulder is already rolling down the hill and it's gathering momentum. But eventually it will be stopped. History will look back. We won't just be here, we'll be here forever. In the meantime, we tell our stories, we share our truth, we lift each other up and we protect each other. So this is for you, out there watching this video. You are loved, you are valid, and no amount of legislation will change who you are. Trans rights forever. So this is the part of the video where you all stop watching. Please, if you did enjoy this video, like, share, comment, subscribe, etc, all that jazz. Thank you very much for watching. My name is Ruby Rose Price and I shall see you next time. Adios. Bye. This video was brought to you by Patreon.